A warm welcome back, friends, to episode 97. And yeah, I am back quickly. Amazing how many videos you can fit in when you're not writing all the time. I don't think I mentioned that the part of the hurry is that MMP Gamers wants the game to go on to pre-order on the 10th of July, which is the anniversary of Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily, since the game is about the counterattack at Gala on the beaches of Sicily. So yeah, we motored through it. Anyhow, now look at me. Yeah. So back to the battle and see what we can do. Thanks, Katrina, for the jog to put the destroyers onto scouting, because now destroyers as well as cruisers can go around scouting. So yeah, they're going to do that. I want to stretch out these battle cruisers as much as I can. I've taken off all of the reports because they were all nonsense. I mean, they're either like, yes, you're immediately on top of them, or they were miles away of no interest. The aircraft carriers, they are 85 miles away from the battlecruisers, which is fine. Fine with that. If we've got some British in this general direction, let me just rectangle. So I think they're sort of here-ish or here-ish, something like that. I mean, there have been past reports of them being over there, and heaven knows they may have escaped to the north. I wouldn't blame them. Part of the trouble is I have no idea how much damage they've received. I mean, I've had poor old Scharnhorst over here take some missile hits. In fact, one missile hit, and it, is seriously on fire. Well, it's fire level 2, so I mean, they should be able to put that out. I do hope so. Anyhow, it's going back to Trondheim over there, so hopefully that won't be too long. So it feels like we should be able to crush some stuff. I'm just going to pop some auto strike stuff on and get them ready in order to intercept. Let's always put CVs as a priority to, as soon as we get some decent reports of something coming along somewhere. I'm going to advance it. I'm going to advance it 2 minutes at a time, simply because I don't know how close we are. My hunch, my hope is we're really close, but I don't know. So there's some Messerschmitts, and they definitely think they're approaching some enemy ships from Bergen, but they're not. All right. Are they going to tell me where that is? Not really. Sort of here-ish. They think that's a battle cruiser and a carrier wherever that is. Okay. Let's do the old really zoom in and then click on reports, and then yeah, so somewhere here-ish, up near where this destroyer is having to go back with engine trouble. Okay, so that could be a thing. So bear that in mind. And oh dear, Scharnhorst, fire spreads. That's not really what I want to hear. Well, I mean, it's still fire 2. It's going slowly. I mean, maybe I'll just slow it right down to, good old 5 or something, and just see if that helps the fire control people. We, in as much as it takes notice of these things, we are broadside to the wind, so the fire is going off the ship, not along the ship. So you'd think that helps. I don't know if the model is that sophisticated. But yeah, okay. And let's carry on. Let's look at the reports. So there's some more over here. Okay, that's an actual report of the 5 destroyers. Where's that? Oh, it's actually marked on the map now. So that, okay. So where are the destroyers? Okay. Same place. Right, let's move. Okay, now it's placed it. All right, so there's 2 over here, and they seem to be something. should I have a pop at them? I mean, that's a thing. Let me have a think. Okay, I'm going to launch a small strike from Flug 2. They're all jet attacks. I don't think there's any reported carriers around here. So let's see if that helps at all. And I will launch it. I mean, obviously it's got to get ready first, but let them get going and underway. Obviously, I'm keeping my bigger strikes for a bigger target, but it seems, with the double confirmation that there's definitely something going on there. Hello. The missile stuff has just popped up. Okay, from the Grass Spey, we have unidentified ship, Mr. Green Blob, at just under 20,000 yards. And we've got some Henschels approaching. That's probably the people up there. Okay, we seem to have some firing going on, which is nice. With a bit of straddling. Okay. I'm going to change course slightly in order to open the arcs for my guns. Ouch, that's a bit crushing. 4 patrol planes out from Narvik launch missile torpedoes against an enemy heavy cruiser who fires 2 SAMs and causes 1 destroyed and 3 damaged to the patrol bombers. Ouch. Ooh, you wouldn't want to be in a maritime patrol aircraft, would you? So once again, oh look, there's a patrol bomber recon. I'm just going to have a little look at reports. No new reports, but Von der Turn has opened fire as well, which is nice. We seem to be straddling, which is all good fun. So the range is now 17,000 yards. I believe. Well, it was good to zoom out. So there's definitely a couple of big ships. Well, I say definitely. Let's just see what the actual report says it is. Ooh. Well, it says it's 2 battlecruisers and 5 destroyers. Okay. I'm keen on that. Right. So I'm going to have to chop up things a little bit. So first things first, I'm going to make the Blucher go in that direction. Well, I don't know, actually. The report says they're going in this direction, but they seem to be going southwest. So maybe we'll keep on with that. We'll definitely turn the battlecruisers into that kind of direction, which then asks the question, who do I put onto having a go at this one? So let's just zoom in a bit. There's Breslau. Looks like it's time for Breslau, and let's line abreast them and take over control, and they can go and explore who this chap is or might be, at the risk of dividing my forces. Now, having seen this report, so one of the suggestions, of course, is, well, you shouldn't aim your strike at where it was. You should aim your strike ahead at where it's reported to be going. But where it's reported to be going is very different from where it actually seems to be going. So yeah, they seem to be going that way rather than that way. And as you can see, that would rapidly create a big discrepancy. Nonetheless, seems like time to I should have got these guys ready. Sorry about that. And then bring them to this kind of place. And I'm not going to coordinate it because it would take like hours to do that. And I'm going to ask them to launch straight away and see what that does, because this, if that's real, then this is a real opportunity at last. So let's push it up here. I do wish the higher visibility contrast, this green blob, tiny green blob against the blue water, is in the darkness of the night, is not super helpful. How much more that? So 6 more hours of night to go. So yeah. So I'm just having a look at manually firing some missiles, and I notice one of my questions was the SSGs, the guided missile submarines. Did they have medium or whatever missiles? They have heavy missiles, 2 heavy missiles. So that's interesting to note. Let me plan this a bit more. Okay, now I've understood this a little bit better. So if we just zoom in here, unidentified ship, this one, and then unidentified ship, that one, and then in the middle is this third one over here. There's quite a few people with in range and having missiles for this one. For these 2 unidentified ships, only DD2 is in range and doesn't seem to have any missiles, so that's not very helpful. It says that the submarines are in range, but the ranges are like 300 and 363, and the missile ranges here says that heavy missiles have a range of about 90 something or other thousand yards, which is only about 47 miles. So quite how the 300-mile range can come in. And, you know, even if it were 300, then, you know, these are going to be presumably subsonic missiles. They would take like nearly an hour to arrive. So I'm not going to waste the SSGs right now. So yeah, okay. It's good to have sorted that out. Let me just take that off and close that. Okay, so let's instead see if these guys can reach them. Obviously, this one here is being shot up a bit, but they interest me less. Right. So let me see. This "do you want to adjust" would be better if I could actually see where the reports placed these guys. Yeah, and it's not really allowing me to do that. So actually, you know, that seems fine, assuming they went that way. Who knows? And we've got some formations ready. And some more. And some more. Okay, let's check those out. Okay, so select ready and launch. I was going to do this whole thing again. And let's exit that and see if that comes up to anything. So we've hit something. Well done, Breslau. So that's Breslau coming down here. Good, good. Let me just zoom in actually, because these ranges are really quite close. I should probably check whether this, I was going to say, ship is moving. Well, it's moving in and out of radar. And the distance from Breslau is just under 14,000 yards. And closing. Okay, let's open it up slight. Actually, I say that, you have to check whether these cruisers still have guns on all the sides. So yeah, only 5 inches though. They're really anti-aircraft more than anything else. Let's just see if that one can attract some missiles. Okay, so we've got the, I mean, yes, we've got missiles, and yes, we're in range. I want to use them sparingly, so I'm going to use the grief, and I'm going to fire all of those and wallop, see what that does. Then over on this side, let's see if we can fire some people at these happy ships. So they seem to be firing on the Blucher. Sorry about that, Blucher. So let me see. So there's that one. Well, the Blucher has 4, so it could return the favor. Only 13,000. That, I don't know, that seems like reasonable. So have at it, Blucher. That's great. Then the one behind, nope. Then that one's the other one, and then this final one. So yeah, let's see what that does. Obviously, I could have split them 2 for 2, but I don't know. Feels better to like definitively stop one and then work our way to the next. Now, it is a bit odd because the battlecruisers here are about 30,000 yards away from these ships, and the missiles claim to have a range of, let's close that, 96 and 76 for heavy and medium respectively. Ooh, they're actually nearing. They're heading towards. Brave move. Exciting. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can keep all of the action going. So missiles approaching mystery ship number 1, missiles approaching mystery ship number 2. Ooh. Well, there's a lot of missile hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Now, Blucher's turret B has been destroyed. So it's probably, so let's say, okay. And let's turn, whoops, not that. Let's turn Blucher away, because I think it's done its job. And yeah, keep on with my friends here. Let me just see if I can. Nope. Okay. And they fired at Blucher. Countermeasures decoyed them. Well done, countermeasures. And Z106 is avoiding torpedoes, but not that well. No, that's not 106. Where is 106? Let me find out. Oh, well, there's 106. Screening Otto Leithenthal and Koenig, Waldhausen and von Hohenfeld and all the beautiful big carriers. So that's a bit concerning that it's being torpedoed. Now, obviously, being torpedoed is mine/torpedo. So yeah, okie dokie. So hopefully, well, I'm not thrilled by that, but there you go. Let's get back to wherever the heck the main action is. Oh yeah, back up here. And just see. So Blucher is making a bit of a escape. We are still, oh well, it's resolved itself to an actual ship rather than just a green dot. See what's happening. Let's bring them back down into this kind of direction. I don't know why it suddenly went that way. Okay. Meanwhile, make haste. I mean, 27 is all they can do. And that may be a problem. Oh, so that's D2. So Z72 has some missiles coming at it. This is kind of where the whole German destroyer numbering naming thing can be a little bit confusing, because it can be pretty hard to kind of work out what the hell's going on with what. Just seeing how Blucher's doing, 50% damage. So yeah, let's just turn it that way. And further. And then maybe slow the Blucher down a bit. Yeah. Oh, just noticed fire extinguished on the old Scharnhorst. So that would be good news. Wherever the Scharnhorst is, I think we're up here. Let me just double check that. Boom. I mean, the superstructure is absolutely wrecked. But yeah, fire extinguished. So well done, damage control, spreads, control, spreads, control, spreads, control, extinguished. Great job, everyone. Says its max speed is 27, so I'll take it up and we will put it to cruising and just get it home and into shipyard hands. Just want to see if this ship is still moving. No, it's very much not moving. I mean, having said that, they don't seem to be. Let's go to cruising speed. Don't seem to be shooting at it either. Anyhow, that, as they say, is neither here nor there. Whoops. This is the action. So they seem to be going up and chasing. Okay. Let's see if we can bring Blucher towards the battlecruisers and lure them on. I mean, they must be able to pick us up on radar. Yeah, someone launching torpedoes, which is nice. Oh, it's us. So, I mean, we are within 14,000 yards. So let's open up the range properly and get some gunnery going. Straddling, that's what I want to hear. But we also probably want to have a little look at this. So Z132 is about 16,000 yards away from unidentified ship number 2. So let's fire its at that. One ship's with mounts not bearing. All right. So fire 2 missiles. Okay. And then just give those a second. We've got some planes coming in, approaching enemy ships. Okay, well, there's a hit. And friendly aircraft approaching enemy ships, and there's another missile hit. They seem to be turning away a little bit, so we'll just adjust course ever so slightly. I mean, this is good old-fashioned, you know, get the ships to open fire kind of thing. Oh, that's the first use of glide bombs, so our carriers are probably running low on guided missiles. Okay. And a little bit more. An enemy heavy cruiser is hit by a missile, so that's nice. Just zooming out just to see what's happening with this lot. I sort of feel, let me need to pick which one it is. No, no, no. Ah, it's that one. So we've got a lot of missiles. I don't want to waste them on something that's stationary and, not going to appreciate being walloped by further missiles. So I am going to take it, bring the group up to 20, and I think I would like them to join the fun, join the party. Actually, maybe 25. Yes, it may knacker the engines a bit, but, there you go. So here we are with this lot. So they seem to be separating out a bit. I mean, we're still 12,000. So, I mean, that is not far at all. And they don't seem to be trading hits. Let's just see what the actual hit probability is. So here we are, 7.59. That's pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I might have to make a choice between this lot. Who does what? We've been hit. So it's by a heavy gun. So maybe these really are as advertised. So let's see if we can missile some of them. So that one. So yeah, 14,000 from there. Okay, that seems pretty good. Let's see if we can fire all 4 of those. Nope, only 2. I say only 2. That's still pretty good. In that case, then we've got this other one, and I want to fire some of them. So if we fire half, one ship's mount's not bearing. Okay. Okay, let's try a different one. And 4 missiles fired. Okay. And then that's a tiddler, and that's a tiddler. I mean, actually, might just... No, not that one. Let's go for this one. That's only 12,000. Let's okay, let's fire at that, and then the other tiddler, just to see if we can fire those. That's great. Okay, let's see what those missiles do. Well, some unidentified ships have been hit, and more. Now, we are only at a ridiculous 9,000 yards away, so we're going to straighten up, because I think that's close enough. The Blucher here is withdrawing, having done its thing. So yeah, I'm keen to hit this a little bit more, this one that we otherwise aren't going to pay too much attention to. Not that, but that. So let's send off some more missiles. There's 4 more on that. And then on this one, let's see if we can fire from there. Yeah, okay. Just to keep up the missile pressure. Oh dear, we've been hit by missiles. 72. Okay, that's here, I think. No, that's 27. Well, 72 is miles away. It was one of those ships trying to return to Trondheim, so presumably some of these reports are actually true. So that is going to make me want to turn the Scharnhorst down towards Bergen rather than Trondheim. It's also going to make me look at some of these reports and decide whether I need to have an air strike up in that direction. So yeah, we've got a report of a Battlecruiser, another Battlecruiser, a carrier. We don't really, we know about those. We don't have to worry about those. another carrier. So I'm going to launch a strike in that direction. Okay, I've launched some strikes against this concentration down here, assuming this is what's somewhat macabrely known as flaming intelligence, i.e. the fire on this destroyer is somewhat indicative of the fact that it's been hit by a missile, and it only been hit by a missile if somebody nasty had come along. Oddly enough, its radar isn't actually picking up anybody, but let's trust to that. We know what's going on here, and we are doing our best to sort that out. Such a shame that I can't split the battlecruiser division and send it in separate ways. Oof. Well, there's a pile more missiles. Oh, that's nice. Let's just see. It's still progressing and it's still moving. I might just put the lock on because that's really good for seeing relative movement. So, whoops, not that. So that's where it is now. Oh yes, well, we're definitely catching up on that. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to, sorry about the speed, boys, but I'm going to bring this round, and I'm certainly going to bring the speed down to 27 because they've been zooming around, sorry, 25 because they've been zooming around at 27. And yeah. So as you can see, it is moving. We're avoiding torpedoes and more, but not completely, and more. Enemy CL hit, well, that's nice. And another. So I don't want to lose contact with these altogether. I might just take this off. It was supposed to be screening Blucher, but it seems to have lost Blucher. Is it damaged? It's had better days. So yeah, it's stuck on 5. So yeah, it has had better days. And is this is also, let me put it to, whoops, not support, let's put it to say scout. And then, yeah, we can go far. 20 knots is its maximum. So it's not thrilled, but we just need some more eyes. How about this people here? Let's put its friends into line abreast. Turn it this way. And I guess I'm still just interested in the whole manual fire thing. So we've got this one. This feels like it deserves some missiles. No. Oops, it's here and here, which are pretty much the last of the missiles. So let's just do one. Let's see if we can fire all. Nope. And let's see if we can do that one and fire all, and no. So they need to get their stuff sorted. Over here, we do have the Pandaborn. Oh, that's weird. So the Pandaborn can hit this, but it can't hit that. Now, you may say, well, why is this? Why is Pandaborn pointing in what I think functionally we want to call the wrong direction? Yeah, let's send it this way. Okay. So this doesn't seem to be moving. non-specific unidentified ships hit by missiles, which always is nice. I mean, these battle cruisers, they're blithely sailing through in the expectation that they'll be fine. Oh, it's all fine, really, everything. I would love... Do these... Yeah, they have torpedoes. Why don't we just shoot some torpedoes at this still hopelessly unidentified ship, even though it is well within the 4,000-yard sighting distance? Ka-ching. Well, it actually does say it's a BB, so at least that is something. And yeah, lots of these have torpedoes. This feels like a torpedo job, chaps. Get torpedoing. Meanwhile, we probably need to come down this way. And we've got some planes approaching and hitting with missiles. And more missiles. Do I want to adjust? Let's say yes. Let's have a look at reports. No, not that one. Or that one. So, yes. That's the most recent. That's far away. That's far away. Yeah. That's just a destroyer. That's me again. So let's go back to these battlecruisery things, and let's say, yeah, work. Because there's one there and there's one here. Let's put it up there and see if that works out at all. Now, we all seem to be fighting or shooting at something. That's all gone a bit weird. Oh, okay. So, HMS Berwick. Hi there, Berwick. On Tweed, no doubt. Right, which is somewhere. All right, there it is. Come on, boys. Come back down. So, yeah. They still haven't seemed to have fired their torpedoes very much. Certainly not the 135. That's got tons. So, yeah, let's bring them down there. And these guys seem to be shooting at this. Z-65 is attacking a submarine, or so it thinks. So yeah, some more missiles hit and so on. Yep, more missiles and stuff. Well, that's a destroyer, so not really all that bothered with that. Well, Berwick's certainly taking a pounding, which is nice. So scratch one battlecruiser. I think we can say that. I think with confidence. Even my destroyers can't be asked to do much about anything. Whilst there's this little tiny British destroyer, which is also not doing... All right, so this is unidentified ship, which also doesn't seem to be... I'm going to take the lock off. Oh, in fact, that seems to have sunk. That's why it's not doing anything. Yeah, oh, that's tricky, actually. So, yeah. Where to now? Well, self-evidently, it's not around there. I'm just going to keep it there. I don't want our boys to be attacking our own ships accidentally. That would be very embarrassing. So, yeah. Oh, no, it's a destroyer. I thought it was sunk, but no, it still seems to be very much there. And there's another one very much there. So I still think there's somebody somewhere. A torpedo, finally. That's exactly what Berwick needed. Yes. I'm going to take it over here because it feels like there should be something over there that we are not seeing. How far are we from? Oh, still 4 hours and 20 minutes. These nights, they just go on. So yeah, more. So let's do another one over there. Let's get some of these reports cleared out. Okay, it's 2:49. So I've deleted all the reports that were before 2 o'clock. So there's still this little lot here to the south of the Z-72 that someone incautiously launched a missile at. And then there are all these rando reports around here that obviously includes some that are, past their sell-by date. Okay, it feels like we've lost contact. Obviously, the Berwick battlecruiser is sinking after multiple missile hits and a destroyer hit. I'm just bringing the fleet back together again because it just feels like, and I've put the battlecruisers onto cruise, it just feels like we are, in danger of losing our coherence. We are approximately 100 miles away from the main carriers, which is fine. I'm keen to see what daylight brings, but let's just move it 5 minutes on, just see if we can establish any contact. So I don't believe so. So there are these reports around here, but I mean, there's lots of reports around there, but they're, of no consequence to us. So, yeah, we're approaching a ship's somewhere. Doesn't seem to be up there. Is it these guys? No, there's some escorts. Do I want to adjust? So let's bring it into here. See if they find anybody. They may well not. Oh, somebody hit something somewhere. Around about here. All right, so that's where they are. So there is a bunch up here somewhere. Wish I knew that. One of them is a heavy cruiser. So that's nice. Yeah, I wish I knew that before I didn't adjust the speed. Anyhow, that's them done. Notably, I'm not seeing any cap messages. So, yeah. Okay. I had assumed that we would finish the battle, but obviously not. So this seems to be long enough for the moment. I want to bring everybody back together. I want to assess essentially how much fighting power my carriers have. I think most of them are running low on missiles. I think the Surface Action Group is running low on missiles as well. There is, I believe, a battle cruiser that has gone down to the southwest when the two battle cruisers split. So I think we got the Berwick that went north. I would love to catch the one that went southwest and deal with that. And we can try and capture that at the same time as we are bringing the fleet largely back together for the start of daytime in the second full day of this battle. So that's the future plan. Thanks very much for watching. Lovely to be back. Lovely to be doing this again. So yeah, see you next time. Bye for now.